There we go. I didn't test them. Rumors of our deaths have been greatly exaggerated. Hello, and welcome to episode 99 of the Pendragon Campaign. It's year 530. It's part 2. And we've just been reminiscing about accents. Yeah. It's glorious. All right. So last time we played, we had our feaster. And we know that we are going to Ireland this year. Yep. So for this summer, you all are getting orders to go meet in Leinster, which is sort of like the far side of Wales. And you're going to be sailing up to rendezvous with one of Arthur's friends, a King Anguish. Or Anguish. Yep, Anguish. Yes. Basically, there's a bunch of rebellious lords that were still kind of holding out from Galeholtz. They are kind of just running over, being rowdy. And, this is kind of seen more... This is kind of seen as more or less like the last great, like, manifest destiny. Right? So it really has less to do with whatever the Irish are doing and has more to do with this is the last bit of Earth that has not seen the light of Arthur. So a lot of the stuff you're hearing about in the camps about, like what's going on or whatever, it's like this is the last, it's more just like the last hurrah. This is like we're gonna we're gonna mess them up. Just, who cares why we're going, right? Also, a lot of people are hearing about the possibility of taking over land and titles in Ireland. So there's a lot of people who are eager to prove themselves. Like more. I mean, it's you kind of hear people being braggadocious every war camp, right? But just more in general, more than your particular. People are like, this is definitely an opportunity to maybe to get more lands. All right. The sailing goes by uneventfully. You all are kind of organized on your own set of cogs and stuff. You probably brought over in your own warship, right, Gorthrin? Yeah. Nice. Yeah. The luxury barge. That is. Right. So yeah, so you guys are supposed to be meeting up somewhere around Dublin. Apparently King Anguish is kind of already taken over and holding out Dublin for Arthur's arrival. So there's no like storming the beaches or having to assemble or do anything like that against the Duke. Anguish has kind of been holding it out for you. So you just all have to, yeah. So you just disembark at Dublin. Dublin is a relatively prosperous and populous city. It's it's not as great as London or anything like that of this era, but it certainly was an old port city, trade city for a while, just like Leinster. Plenty of people, especially around this time, as everyone's kind of getting assembled, is what can we get in London or what can we get in Dublin and the like, in terms of like whatever food, arms, anything we may be needing. So all that's going on at the same time for assembly. What? I'm wondering about what your household and your knights are feeling about this battle, or particularly this campaign. Are like, is Rothgar feeling up for it? I know because a lot of you all, especially like Cadwalla, and all of like your kids. I know Anto is just becoming a squire. So, but like, so this is probably more towards Gorthrin. But how are your kids all feeling about this battle? Not all of them are obviously under your control, but Um, I don't think he is. I think he misses the muster. Oh. Hang on. Stop. 1 second. Sorry, 1 second. Hold on. You're apparently muted.
Hear you.
There you go. I don't know.
All right. Better.
Yeah. Can you just repeat what you're saying?
Yeah. So I think for Gorthrin, this is fairly routine sort of mop-up campaign. Hrodgar's been given permission to, go on his quest. So someone else will stand in for him. We'll rotate out those who were on garrison duty the last time, like when we were in Gaul, all the way down to Italy, and bring in some new people. And basically, like, this is a chance for all of those younger knights of the household and to get some experience, earn some glory, But Gordon's like 45, I think 44. He's still down to fight from the front rank, but I think his eagerness to just be in the thick of it is tempered. He's getting older, responsibilities, all that stuff.
Yeah. Speaking of responsibilities, what does the Marshal of Salisbury think?
I think last year, right, I had the terrible aging rolls, and I think that probably impacts how Acewin is thinking about this. I think much like Gorthrin, she's not. She still feels capable and sort of eager to fight in the front lines, but she's very, very acutely aware of her aging impacting that. She's literally getting weaker, literally getting less durable. And I think she's mostly kind of grateful that being Marshal means that she has very tangible material ways that she's going to contribute, even if she doesn't pick up a sword. And so I think her focus is in getting her vassals ready, being like, we're an example. If the Marshal's muster is shoddy, shabby, and tawdry, that reflects on Salisbury in general. So very much like clean your boots, clean your spurs, like let's do this right.
Nice. And Gorthrin, are you? I think there was probably a question about whether or not you would be riding out with the Wessex folks or the Salisbury folks.
I mean, I think probably. Oh, that's a good question. Because this is something that Arthur sort of has commanded. It's not necessarily under the command of Godwin.
Exactly.
I think it probably would try to muster under Salisbury.
Sure, for all time's sake. Yeah.
Yeah.
Again, I think you're in the unique situation where your duties would probably say that you should be going to Salisbury, and your homage would probably go to the Earl. But also, you're such a goddamn celebrity that if you chose to do something differently, people would just be like, "That's cool that you're just being Gorthrin."
Right. Yeah.
And
this is just the reason to go.
Yeah, you're such a popular kid that you can go to any party you want to and be accepted, right? That's kind of the idea.
Is the Earl coming? Is Earl Rufus
Oh, absolutely.
No. He has an heir, right?
Yeah, he has two.
Okay. Is that one of the ones that Gorthrin squired for Gorthrin on the down low, or was that one of his bastards?
No, it's one of his bastards. You have there are two. One of them, his oldest is actually named Gorthrin after you.
Oh, nice. There you go.
He's 16. There's Gorthrin. Is he 16 or is he 17 now? 1 second. No, he is. Sorry, actually, he's 15 turning 16 in the year 530. But he also has a spare, Glesny. Or sorry, not Glesny. Nimue.
And then he has his bastard,
Yeah.
Helid, I think.
Yep. So
did we ever establish who Archie is squiring under? He's 17, so he's not that far into being the squire, but that he has for at least 2 years now been with someone.
yeah, I have the family I have him listed under is Great Chevrel. I don't know what that is. That's got to be a town that we have not seen a lot, but I think that's in Salisbury somewhere.
Yeah, it is. I definitely saw it recently when I was poking about this map. Okay. Yeah, it's like southwest of Roundway in the northwest Salisbury area.
Right. So technically it's a feeder into basically what's the name of the place? It's not Roundway, it's the castle up there. Is it Up Avon?
No, it's past Up Avon. Great Chevrel is right there.
Oh, I see.
You head south from Ambrosius Dyke.
Right. So I'm wondering like who they all muster to then. Probably not Till's Head.
No, it might be Roundway. I mean, geographically, I'd imagine most, because you've got the hills leading up before Crockwood. I'd imagine that's like probably the easy organizing principle. Like if you're south of the Crockwood Hills, you're probably going to Till's Head, and if you're north of, you're probably going to Roundway or Up Avon. Okay. Also, why did it I just realized like Up Avon's name is like literally upriver. It's just up and then river.
Yeah. That's why the river, like the River Avon being the river. Yeah. Yeah. There's like
Romans kept pointing to rivers being like, what's it called? And there's river. That's a river. Have you not seen one?
Yeah. I think there's like 3 River Avons in England. Which is even worse. It's like, hold on, one's named River, the other one's called River Test. It's like, what the fuck, dude? This is some dude's dev environment.
It's like truly, it means that in your fantasy settings, you do not have to work that hard. Don't even work that hard. Humans have historically sucked at naming things.
Yeah, just don't even worry about it.
Yep.
Yeah.
The bar is so much lower.
Do you need a town name in like a forest of oaks? Call it Oakwood, man. That's like, don't try.
Yep. Bridgetown.
Yep. Awesome. All right. Roundway. Oh, guess what? Guess who's from Roundway, by the way? A Downey.
Yeah. I was like, why do I
That's his family.
That's right. I think that was one of the things about Great Chevrel is like, my son's gonna be up close to a Downey, a piece of shit.
Yeah. Well, I mean, not anymore, but just a Downey's family though is there.
Yeah.
And Downey is down in Brittany. So you don't have to worry about that shit.
Down in hell. Get fucked.
Yep. Awesome. All right. So there's a couple days quiet and peace of mustering before the battle. You guys have all been sort of prepped that the stage for the big battle is going to be held at a hill called Tara. There is some concern about the number of troops, the number of clans that are mustering against you, but those are dismissed.
Of course,
you could check if you wanted to. You could check in yourselves and have you guys are strong, more powerful enough that you could have a better scouting report if you wanted to.
I think I would want, because there's a tipping point of when being outnumbered, even if you've got better quality troops, just changes how you're setting yourself up,
Yeah. Yes. Yeah.
Gotcha. For sure. Go ahead and give me a battle roll. Good. Yeah. So it's less a question of do your scouts get it. It's more like does the command let you get the communication in time to actually listen to it? Yeah. Yeah. So yeah, your own scouting reports are telling you that his name's the Lord Murtogh. Murtogh is sort of the person, the lord that the rest of the Irish are rattling around. That he is calling clans from, your scout who's probably Irish and stuff is telling you, he's from Munster and all these, and Connacht and all these places, right, are coming in. You're like, I don't know, but it's a lot, my lord. It's they're gonna, as many men as Arthur has, you can expect they have too.
Okay.
Okay. All right.
Okay. We can handle 2-1.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's not 3 or 4 to 1.
No. But the other tactical issue is, of course, is that basically your overconfidence is that you're attacking a hill, right? Like you're attacking kind of a fortified position of.
Oh, we're not on the hill.
No,
that's where we're going.
Yeah.
All right.
Right. That basically Tara is sort of the rallying point of Murtogh's forces, and you're like, well, we're gonna go meet them and kick their ass and call it a day. Because again, this overconfidence thing. This is the last good hurrah.
Can I talk to Arthur and be like, can we come up with a plan to like maybe tempt them down the hill just even a little bit?
Yeah, like what's the plan? Are we gonna just like pepper them with archers, or gonna try to provoke them to come down? Like
they will they will scatter at the rumble of our hooves. These Irish don't have the Irish don't have horses. They barely have armor.
Okay.
They're wearing stuff that your grandfather would wear.
Arthur, I hear you.
Yeah.
Think there's some workshopping we could do on this one.
Yeah.
Is that something that Acewin can kind of like put forward? Be like, could we give like slightly more thought to this? Can we organize it just a little bit? Because I have some ideas, got some notes if you'd like. I am a Marshal of Salisbury. You don't gotta listen to me, but it is part of my job description.
I think it's one of those things you can try to make your case, but it's very much like, look, man, the stage is set. We're doing this. Everything's in motion. But you played for him and he stops and he's willing to listen to you, right? This probably was like a walk and talk across the battle, or like across like the to the tent and stuff. He's like, what, man, you have me. What would you change?
Okay, so the main thing is we need to have the thing that they can attack, right? I'm thinking Kanai, our center vanguard is gonna give way, and let them give way, because infantry can't reposition as easily as cavalry. That's going to draw them down the hill if they sense that they can push on our center like that. And if we overload the wings, right, that's how we're going to get the encirclement. Don't just shove everything up the middle, man. Just like weak center that can give way, encircle.
But right up the middle has worked so many times in the past.
Let me put it this way. It's not about whether it works. It's whether who's alive after it works.
All right.
I think you have a responsibility to not use the lives of your people poorly. Spend them well. Spend them thriftily.
So test prudence, I think, would be kind of like the lesson you're trying to give to your lord, right?
Oh, that is not my strongest. Hey,
there you go.
Right, you're exercising prudence.
This is direct consequence of feeling her age. Acewin's like, I am so used to being reckless, but like maybe I should counsel prudence so that I can actually get home to my wives sometimes.
Good.
Sorry, wife.
Right.
singular.
Yeah, just the one.
Just the one.
You catch yourself in front of the king, yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
Again,
She's
prudence.
our roommate.
Yeah. So good. Then I think you need to go counsel our vanguard on this, and I have other matters to attend here. So please go talk to Sagramore. Right. So basically, you're going to kind of have the same. He agrees, and he's going to go call for Sir Sagramore to basically come and be like, "Hey, let's listen to what Ace1 has to say. I'm too busy." Right. And he's getting turned away from his own thing because he's basically the vanguard, right? He's going to be the middle, being the de facto one. Again, Lancelot MIA. Need somebody willing to be it, and obviously the Welsh master is the one to do it, right?
Mm-hmm.
So all right. Acewin, it's good to see you. Hopefully we'll save a bit of the battle for you. He's overconfident as always.
I look forward to not having to fight because of the massive successes that you have.
Yeah. Oh, please, all the glory is going to the flanks. There'll be nothing for us. We just get to fight 2, maybe 3 on 1, if the scouts are to be believed. He's, has a wise smile, like he's excited about it. Yeah.
Well, I'm sorry to say that the odds are so unfair in that.
Yeah. I know. If it was 10 to 1, I think it might have a chance.
Yeah.
But no, my men are strong, and apparently you've gotten Arthur's ear, so I'm supposed to listen to you about something.
Yes, and I'm just gonna kind of outline the plan,
Yeah.
and I really want to focus on it being like the center's not gonna give way. He is gonna give ground. It's not gonna advance as strong as the wings are going to.
Yeah, he looks. He grabs he draws his sword and shows. Yeah, just like a fine blade, it should be able to bend, not break.
Exactly.
Your lessons reach good ears, and I can promise you that we will not be the ones breaking.
I shall expect nothing less.
No. What you could do, and he points out, because he's also, you can correct him if you want at this moment, but he also thinks that you want, this is also kind of a cry for glory for Salisbury.
Mm-hmm.
And be like, but if you want to ensure that, perhaps we can talk about where Salisbury should lie in the battle to come. Perhaps we could be an alloy.
Does he think that I can put Salisbury on the wing or something?
Yeah, basically you can help him shore up the middle so that it won't break. Basically be like kind of like a reserve for...
Oh, yeah. Okay. Yeah. That sounds... I think I can swim that. I don't mind.
Right. So, because basically he's doing it as a way to show like you probably won't be needed, right? But you can also watch us. Like we will hold. Right?
Yeah.
So, like, do you want to...
That's fair.
And hey, and it basically says, hey, if I'm wrong, you have to rescue me, right? That's basically the gist of it, right?
That sounds good.
All right, cool. So you need to go back and tell. So what this would mean? Let me put a little bit of a mechanical twist on this for you. What this would mean is that for most of the knights in Salisbury's retinues, they will not be getting as much glory as they would if they were deployed elsewhere in the battle. Right, you're going to be basically you're saying I'm going to be held in reserves, but I'm the most important reserve.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah, that sounds
are you cool with that?
Yeah.
All right. You get to tell everybody the morning of. Cool. All right. Deal. All right. Then you don't have to worry about fighting 2-on-1. In fact, you guys don't even have to do most of the full battle. All right. So it's the morning of let's say it is August. It's like August 1st. It is a muggy day, as they tend to be in Ireland. As you all muster around sort of a great field. Behind or in the little bit in the distance is sort of a large hill fort, the Tara, and you can see the many men and banners of the opposition. They are all on foot, carrying spears of some kind, or stabs or slings and bows and what have you. Not really any horses.
How's the ground looking? You get nice hard ground, or is it soft? I just
most of Ireland, yeah, it's not going to be Agincourt, but like most of Ireland's actually just like a giant peaty sponge. So just the truth.
Everyone put on 2 horseshoes. Just double up on horseshoes. It will be fine.
If it's not peaty sponge, it's like intolerable rock. Those are the two terrains of Ireland.
Really selling it. Really selling the beauty of the country.
Yeah, it's majestic, man. So yeah, but at least for here, yeah, it's gonna get muddy.
Okay.
So let's talk about the first charge. Could one of you roll for King Arthur, and then one of you roll for Murtagh? You're gonna be rolling the same battle multiplier here or battle score of 22.
Okay. So let's roll. I will roll for Arthur.
Yeah. Okay. In terms of the math for the modifiers, that Arthur is badly outnumbered here, but Arthur has superior troops. But Murtagh also has the higher ground, so it ends up being that their battle scores equal out.
Yeah. Lose by a hair.
Oh yeah.
Okay. All right. Well, the Irish are set on the hill to receive the charge. The glory is probably, it's going okay. But I think the issues that come that really are waiting for Salisbury, and when the camera is really worried about you all, is around like the rounds 2 and to 4 and stuff, right? Like after the battle, after the charge, after the coming back and the resetting and stuff. That's when the Irish counter charge towards your lines. So they deny you the ability to have a second charge, and so that's when like you hear Sagamore being like, "Ready, man," the kind of thing. Like they're getting ready, like to receive the charge, and you all are in like that back line, right? And you just watch, like you guys are in the perfect vantage point of watching this wave of men, and just fighters just like hit your guys' shields and spears, and it's just like the clash. Normally, like you're in it, you know exactly what it feels like to be there, but like you haven't really observed a battle from this in a while, right?
Yeah.
And so now, like you're going up and down the lines and stuff, being like like figuring out where if you need to be short in and stuff like that. And
Aeswin's Aeswin's really trying not to keep nudging people and pointing at the center and being like, "I told you, right? I told you."
It'll be fine, like Sagramore, because you're like with like Sagramore, like working at the lords, because basically he's going to tell you to get sent in, or have one of his vassal knights tell you to, all right, go in, right? But he's keeping you at bay, right? And I think that's the important scene here. In like Gorthrin, you see this as well, right? Because this is like a pretty obvious battle situation. Your battle's way high enough to see that. Like Sagramore is basically like it's your turn to go in. Like they need you, but he's not going to. He's not going to, because he wants to prove it for himself, right? And to show others, right? So there's the part where like it's very, there's a scene, there's a time and space here. Clearly you're supposed to like here's the perfect time to just shore this in, and it's a victory, right? Sagamore's like, no, like we're gonna hold it, and I want to know how you all feel about it.
Okay.
I mean, Aeswin has no compunction against being like, no, we're sending people in. Your glory is not more important than our victory.
It's not yours to command. Don't do it, Aeswin.
Don't do what needs to be done.
Yeah, it's unnecessary.
Are we seeing the same battle?
Yes, and like he's looking at it, being like, no, give these men, they will hold. I promise you.
Are they holding?
I mean, it's the dicey 50-50, and if you just moved in now, it would be totally fine. There's no question you guys would hold and reinforce, right? But you guys are buckling. The wings are holding fine. This is the scariest part of the battle. This is is your line brittle, right? Or can it hold, right? So you've held the first wave, and then now the second wave has come. So this is like round 3 or 4 or so. Right, and you're just doing that little ebb and flow, and we're at the part right now of you're doing a little bit more ebbing than flowing, where you're concaving more. You're like, is this where it breaks, or is this when you hold?
I'm gonna test my honor against my loyalty, Lord, because I think that's the fundamental bone deep sort of thing that's happening.
Yeah,
Aeswin understands honor like that. That is a clear as day thing. These men do deserve the chance to win their glory and prove their honor. At the same time, we definitely owe it to Arthur to win.
Yeah.
That's kind of our glory is great, but we are serving the king. We serve the king. Right. We win for the king. So
and for sure. And just to be clear, Sagramore is not just being vainglorious. He thinks these people can hold, and they hold. And I would love to see from Gorthrin, you're relatively you're one step removed from the conversation between Aeswin and Sagramore for this fight, right? Yeah. And you're dealing with more of the rest of the Castellans and stuff, and all these knights being like, "What? Why are they holding us? We need to be going, man!" And and you're waiting for the order from Aeswin to bring up the line, right? So I would love to know what you're saying to the rest of the really hungry troops, right?
What
as you're dealing
making for me.
Yeah. You know what I mean?
Yeah. I think he's saying how Gorthrin would approach this, because Kedwalla's with Sagramore as well. His daughter is in that, wherever Sagramore is, she's right behind him. And so he'd prefer to be in there and it not be as bad. But it's one of those things where they're chomping at the bit. The other knights are, the other castellans. It's we wait for our orders, because that is how it is done. If we go in without, if Aeswin were to charge in without the command, just be confusion. Sagramore knows what's going on. He might be hot-headed, but he's not foolish.
All right. Trust the process.
Yeah, Gorthrin's just going to trust it. Part of it is just, he doesn't know what this looks like from the outside, so it's it always looks bad, right? It's always is about to be a terrible, loss. And so, it's if we're needed and we are otherwise occupied, then that's bad. If they break, we're here. This is how it goes.
Yeah. I fumbled loyalty, Lord. So I think Aeswin is you know what? King Arthur brought us here. And King Arthur has generally shown that he really does often prize what the thing represents rather than how smart the thing is. So he kind of really loves those symbols,
Yeah.
And maybe on some level, it's we're here to win for our Lord, but we're also here to represent our Lord. Our glory is a reflection on Arthur as much as the victory itself. So Aeswin's going to hold back and trusts. And I don't think she even harangues Sangramore. I don't.
Yeah.
My initial instinct would be that she would be like, well, it's on your head, but I think she gets it. I think she's like, okay.
Perfect. No, I love that because, honestly, I think Sagramore and I think the Welsh would not be above being like, don't you fucking ask me to call in the Salisbury reinforcements for your asses, like he's like, you're gonna hold this thing and you're gonna prove to Arthur, you're gonna prove to everyone, you are strong and proud as as it should be. This is your victory today, boys. And yeah, well,
they've been bearing the brunt of raids for years, right?
Yeah,
in Wales.
Yeah, for sure. And but it's not just a Salisbury problem of having a little greenhorny kind of troops, right? Who weren't on the raids and doing that kind of stuff and needing to hold it. And and so this is the part to prove it. Yeah. And they do. So by the end of this battle, you guys are not called in. So you get experience for being here. But you're gonna get only 15 per round here.
Yeah.
Instead of the 45. But Murtagh surrenders to Arthur. And I think more importantly, Sagramore will come over to Acewin if they can find you. Mm-hmm. And basically hug you or do something of you.
I think Acewin just kind of cuts him off and just unspoken, I know.
I'm sorry. It was, I don't know what got into me. It was maybe foolish. It was foolhardy to not call you in. But
if God had judged it foolhardy, you would have lost.
Yeah, but I guess after the moment, it's much easier to see things with your eyes. But thank you, and thank you to Salisbury. I owe you one.
I'll not forget it. I'm gonna write that in my holdings. I owe you one.
And the flip side though, to the celebrations is there's a lot of, chafing and disquietment in the Salisbury camps for sure. Right.
Yeah. I'm definitely not. This is definitely a hit to my PR.
Yeah. I mean, obviously no one's going to be like, you did the wrong thing. It's going to be more like, what did the Earl, or I think that'll probably be the first player comes from the Earl, coming to you. Mm-hmm. Right. So I think the Earl's going to be like, Acewin, I'm getting a lot of flack about your decision to hold out. Wondering why we weren't.
It wasn't our charge to take.
Did Sagramore put this up to you? Or put this up to you?
No. My lord, I think you should know me well enough to know that my decisions are not so easily swayed by sentimentality.
That's true.
It's our reticence to go in may have been informed by Sanglamore's reassurance that they would hold. I looked him in the eye and I saw the battlefield and I judged. It was theirs to hold.
No. There's a lot of knights that think that they just mustered for nothing.
Well, I think you and I are old enough to know that sometimes happens.
I know, and that's exactly where I was leading to. Is like, God, man, to be young and angry about a battle like that. You remember that hot-headedness, man? Oh, good times.
Mm-hmm.
To know they don't know how lucky they have it. It's like you're like two old people looking at it.
Yeah. So I remember Carlian and Usk.
Oh,
I remember
God.
having to muster 5 times in a row.
Ugh.
It's enough for anyone to get tired of it.
Yep.
Except Gorthrin,
remember.
somehow.
Yeah, surely there's holdouts that we need mopping up.
Yeah, right. Like,
Yeah.
my brothers and sisters were dying on Baden Hill while you were still being wet nurse. So like you're like calm down about what we know about glory to these guys. But yeah, it's always going to be a little bit of discontentment, but it's not going to really show up here. No one's going to be super mad about it yet.
Mhm.
But yeah, if you felt compelled to at some point to have sort of like a speech or something about honor and valor and discretion and how a greater battle, and if your feelings dismayed, you could, but otherwise people are just going to be cool with blowing it off with the loot and plunder that you get. In general, you all can expect to get about 6 librum in goods.
Nice.
That's even including everyone in Salisbury, and that does kind of quench the fires in people's bellies and souls,
Yeah.
right? 3-year salary for nothing. Okay.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Yeah. If you're so broken up about it, buy a new horse. Like,
Yeah. Right.
afford a nice palfrey.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But there is one more ramification from here that I wanted to talk about. So preceding the Battle of Tara, there are quite a few Irish lands that are being offered speculatively. They're mostly being given out by Arthur, like to his cousins and folks, but basically saying like these counties or these lands can be yours if you can get them. Which means all of those guys that are getting these counties need knights to go help.
Mhm.
So a lot of folks in Salisbury are obviously chomping at the bit to go do this.
Methinks Aeswin could use an Irish summer home.
Yeah.
And Aeswin's immediate thought is like, it might be nice to have a place that we could go with my wife away from Arthur's gaze, and like putting an ocean
hinterland
between us and the prohibition against this throuple. That could be valuable.
I could see that.
Yeah. So I think Aeswin is going to frame it as kind of a asking for dispensation to like, let me make it up to these knights who didn't see the kind of battle they were expecting. I'll lead them into some proper fighting, and they might even get a manor out of it.
Gorthrin, the news definitely reaches your ears. What are you thinking about this?
It's a free for all.
No, it's not. It's not a free for all. It's that like the counties like Munster and Meath and stuff. So Arthur is basically given what's called the Pale, which is this land around Dublin. The periphery parts around the Pale, are the ones he's giving out to all of his cousins and friends. Now this is not controlled. Like that's where the help is coming from. It's basically, I'm granting you these counties, but you have to take them, right? And
gotcha.
In the taking, they need knights from all over, and possibly some of those counties can fall to you for service for helping them take the land, right?
Then absolutely.
That's how it
we'll
works.
Find.
If we get on their down line and then we get 5 knights on our down line, right?
Yeah.
Paper towel.
Yeah. So like,
definitely join in.
Grand. So like, that's exactly the deal. Be more than happy to. You could definitely wage. If you're bringing multiple knights under you, you absolutely can get a little package deal, right? If you're saying like I can, the big one that we can focus on is Sir Hugo de Gany. He's the cousin of King Bors.
Mm-hmm.
If you can say like, hey, I'm bringing in 30 knights or whatever to help you out here, that's a huge deal, right?
Yeah. Aesuan's like, you ever heard of the Knights of the Born Knightly Order that I happen to be deeply involved with?
Yeah. But is the idea then you would all get a manor over here?
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
Looking for Manor's land.
Yeah.
It's as much as the glory is nice. I think this is very mercenary. And like, if we're going to help you, like, we get a piece.
Yeah.
A little slice. Doesn't need to be big. You know, I'm not asking for a barony. That would be fucking awesome. But no, a manor.
No, he would, no, you kind of would end up getting a barony. The idea,
That's what
and then
going for.
And he's going to basically say, I'll give you a barony, and then you can divvy it up among your Knights of the Born. And
fuck yes.
Yeah.
Let's become barons.
Yeah.
Fucking do it.
Irish barons.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's why we're here.
And especially because you guys are some of the most hungry knights, and the fact that they didn't get a chance to fight.
See? Would you rather have that extra 20 glory per round, or do you want a fucking manor, my dudes?
Yeah, that's exactly.
Yeah, like we're fresh. Nobody, no cuts, nothing to injure from. Yeah, we're ready to ride. Let's go.
Yeah. So I really love the idea that you could imagine this is like if this episode was like, a Rosencrantz Guildenstern episode of just like Cadwalla or like, these other knights being like, you just made us, like, we have to hold this whole time. Like, man, these round table knights, they got their glory. They're not thinking about us at all. And then like, the following day, good news, everyone, who wants some land? And you're like, oh my God, good things do come to those who wait,
all those frontline knights took a beating.
Yeah, exactly.
They're go home.
Yeah, and they're going home. Yeah. And
they got the jersey, and we're getting the whole stadium.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, that's exactly that's kind of exactly it. And honestly, Zagramore is just kind of like just shaking his damn head, and he's like, well played, man. All right.
Definitely was planned all along.
Yeah.
Definitely didn't just find out about it.
Yeah. Oh yeah, no one thinks it that way, but it's definitely just like, hey man, I'm glad it works out for you. So awesome. So we can just kind of abbreviate this into one of those triplet rolls.
Yep.
For us. This will be Valor, Siege, and Sword.
Sword. 3 successes.
Oh, nice. So.
Yeah, 3 successes too.
Perfect. Yep. All right. So it goes by swimmingly. In terms of a barony, I don't even know how much glory that's worth. My guess is that's several hundred.
Yeah, let's see.
Holding lands and castles.
I guarantee there's some annual.
Baron, it's 200. There it is.
Yeah.
Yeah, I had to go find one-time honor, tenors, and ceremonies. Yep. So it's a one-time prestige of 200. Hang on a second though. I probably should have figured this out. Would Rofus be the Baron of this, and then you guys would be under him? Or I don't think so.
Yeah, I think if this is Arthur giving his family permission.
Yeah. This was the Born.
Yeah,
exactly. Okay. So yeah, that would go to I guess Acewin. That would go to you. The 200 goes to you, as you were officially by Arthur, or technically by Hugo. You are dubbed Baron for your services. You gain the entire like southern, almost like a third of the county. Which is probably coming. It probably comes out to be like, 200 manors or so underneath you. Of those, you're gonna already like 100 of them are promised, right? That's probably more like 80 are promised, right? Because then you have 140 that you can give away. The idea here is that 80 people definitely need to get these manors, right? But then you're probably giving a couple of these people some extra manors. Like there's wiggle room here, but you always want to have more than half, so somebody can't just be like middle fingers to you.
gotta keep
I'm
the
self-sufficient.
majority shares.
Yeah, exactly. It's very much like you don't want to dilute the majority share thing. Yeah, you got it.
Absolutely.
All right. Well, so how many are you giving to Corthrin?
I think I bring Gorthrin in with a map and be like, my friend, you get first bite of the apple.
Yeah.
Like,
couldn't have done it without you. You get first bite of the
apple. Pure nepotism. We have been friends for so long. Our family is so intertwined. I cannot lack for Cholderton in this barony.
Let's do it. Are there any that are seaside?
No, you're not seaside. You're.
This is a land.
Sorry, let me give you a map. I have a map of Ireland, and I don't know why I brought this over to you. Yeah, that would be pretty sick, right? So you're in Meath. Apologies for the.
Okay, so there's where we had the fight.
Yeah, you guys were fighting here.
Yeah. Okay.
My guess is that he basically gave you like the Western Haunch, like down, something like around that area.
Okay.
He basically just gives you this whole big section.
Nice.
Maybe like a Western March.
Yeah. Right on the edge.
Yeah.
Take it.
I can dig it.
Yeah. Yeah, that's, there's like how many, isn't it like 100 is 100 manors, right? And like how many hundreds are in a county?
Quite a bit.
I think Salisbury has like 20.
It's one of the smaller ones.
Yeah. So there are actually quite a few hundreds.
Yeah. Oh no, it's 100 manor. It's a subdivision in a county. So 100 is a subdivision of a county.
Yeah. I'm looking at it.
Got it. It's a division of a shire for administrative, military, and judicial purposes.
Looking at the map of Salisbury, it's almost 30 hundreds.
Yeah. Well, there's not 3,000 manors. Well, whatever. We'll figure it out.
Yeah.
Yeah. The point is that
I didn't think it was actual. I thought it was households, not necessarily manors.
Yeah, it's.
So it would count like peasant households and in that 100 as well. I think maybe I could be. It's been a while since I read Book of the Estate.
It's an amount of land that can produce 100 men under arms. So that might be one or two big manors. It could, so it's.
Got it. So
it's very straightforward, and that makes it make a lot of sense as a kind of administrative division. You can just look at a county's hundreds and be like, that's how many men we can,
because that's what you need it for, is literally for mustering. It's like, did I get 100? Yeah.
Looking wild.
Okay. No, that actually makes a lot of sense. Sorry. So it's not it's not 100 manors under you for sure.
Mm-hmm.
And the idea is that these things are barely going to, being Ireland and being poor on the periphery, they're never going to be, distinguishable. They're going to give you money, but like, it's not going to ever be, a true like major seat of power in the world stage or anything like that.
Yeah. Which to be honest, Ireland. Also probably for the best. It would suck to have to play politics over here and in Salisbury at the same time.
Yeah.
Being able to kind of be like, that my Irish barony, it needs occasional attention, but I don't need to worry about like the great political influence that.
Look, man, there's nothing more like Irish historical than English absentee landlords. Like this is 100% accurate. Okay.
Yeah.
Just burn down people's homes, convert it all into cattle pastures, and then wonder why 100 years later people burn down manors.
Here's the way I see it. Here's
Irish history in a nutshell.
This Irish barony basically runs itself, because by the time I hear of an issue, the issue has either been resolved or is essentially out of my control by now. Well,
you would probably appoint somebody to go live over there and sort of be like de facto governor, right?
Yeah. I'm wondering if it's Karen. I wonder if because it'd be hard for Arthur to argue about this illicit connection we have when it's like they're on a different landmass. Is that something you do to a wife? No. So clearly we're not married.
Karen will hate it.
Yeah.
You're basically exiling her to a beautiful palace, like to a manor.
I haven't decided. I haven't, but Aeson is definitely thinking about it.
But definitely think about it. Don't worry, you're not going to get any of the money from this stuff this winter phase anyways, as you're all getting, it's August and you all are getting situated over here. But yeah, I think for following for 301 and stuff, I think it'd be very interesting. Or sorry, 501 or 531. Here we go.
So does this mean Aeswin now is Baron Aeswin?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Gorthrin now owns land in Wessex and Ireland.
It's all over the place.
Yeah. Do you think you would probably think about appointing, or I'm interested if something would happen to you, Gorthrin?
Mm-hmm.
Like, are you going to give these holdings in Ireland to a different kid, or is it just like still going to be the same?
Probably a different kid. Maybe like this is one of those things. It's like, if there's like a son-in-law or someone that's looking to marry one of Gorthrin's daughters, like you want to make a name for yourself in this place, like they could either that or maybe one of his younger siblings. You give it to one of them.
When you think of land and manors as more like companies, and you're like doling them out as like company, it like makes a lot more sense.
Yeah, that's really is that Gorthrin has, let's see, he's got 5 daughters.
Yeah,
who some of them will need dowries for, and so that's kind of where his.
So this is just a dowry builder.
This is basically, it's like
I need a fucking dowry builder. Yeah, for sure. Okay, no, that's awesome.
It's like, it's the prestige of it's nice, but without a title, it's like, I'll take the income. Somebody else is out here. Gorthrin will just continue to have little holdings all over the place that we'll see what happens.
Awesome.
Because Cadwalla will be the Baroness of Wessex. Yeah, because she will inherit the title that from Swederin's dad.
No, that's right.
Because Gorthrin doesn't hold it. Swederin's.
Wow.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
As a baron, I can grant knighthood to my own squires.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. Yeah, give me the western edge. Give me wherever there's going to be fighting.
I was actually thinking that, like, put you right on that river. Right.
Yeah.
So you get to deal not only with those across the river, but like anyone coming up Limerick with an axe to grind.
Yeah. God, this is awesome.
No question.
You actually get to fight my wife's ancestors because they're out from Westcom. Well. They're actually out from Roscommon. So like this is like exactly it. That's funny.
Yeah, as far as I can tell, my ancestors are Welsh or Irish, so I'll just have a good fight with myself.
That's awesome. But so that makes perfect sense. But yeah, no, Colin, absolutely. You absolutely can now knight, and you can basically keep bachelor knights in your barony. Like that's
I want to make a note here. According to page 157 of the rule book, I have in effect won the game. I have won the King Arthur Pendragon RPG. It's literally, it's a character with even a minor barony is set for life. He has in effect won the game King Arthur Pendragon.
Oh yeah.
So
awesome.
Look at that. We shut down the stream. We didn't even need to get to 100 episodes.
Yeah, Greg Stafford rises like a revenant to give you give you spurs.
any percent complete speed run. Like,
Yeah. Well, yeah, you're officially a baron.
Yeah.
Trying to see if there's a
I mean, you're
specific...
in Crusader King's terms, though. You're a baron of the tutorial island. But yeah,
Yeah, like this is like, if I'm in a room with other barons, like we all know who's not.
No,
really...
yeah, no one like congratulate, like cool man, you just got a title. You're a baron. Cool in Ireland. Yeah, awesome. That's like today, like getting the Scottish lordship from owning like a square foot of land or whatever. Those websites.
Mhm.
So it's like, yeah, okay, dude. Yeah, you're officially a lord. Congratulations.
Holy shit! Barons receive yearly glory equal to the land's income up to 100 points annually.
That's for all of us, right? We get glory for income for our land.
Yeah.
Oh yeah,
Like-
that.
All right. I would like to construct a mini game around your establishing the land here for you. I would say I'm willing to give you a certain like I don't know what the maximum number would be, which I have to work out, but then I'm like you're guaranteed a percentage of that, and then like you can work at organizing it to give you the full amount. You know, by doing counter raids and building up loyalty, and you know, basically you have to work down a lot of technically hatred as well, right?
Yeah. At this point, I'm overseeing about 25 knights,
Yeah,
about 30 to 40 manors. Yeah.
that sounds
So
right.
I have, even the lack of political prominence, I still have a lot to manage over there.
And you're also not just managing that, but now you are like super important to Sir Hugo.
Yeah.
You're 1/3 of his force.
Yeah. Yep.
Okay. So
Yeah. And this is how Gorthron felt with the whole Wessex thing? Is like,
yeah.
now got a whole new boss I got to worry about.
Yep.
Yeah, exactly. You have a whole new boss.
Cool.
Yeah.
I
guess
so I'm gonna have to sit down with Orofus, be like, I still love you, okay? Like,
Yeah.
just because I'm a baron in Ireland doesn't
Look,
mean I don't love you anymore.
I know you can. I know you. I know that you're not into monogamy, but I don't know about this whole dual lordships.
Yeah, it's it's one county isn't enough for me. You know, I know it's not you. Like, it's me. I need more than one county can provide.
Well, I mean,
Fuck.
you'll have to allow Earl Rofus to permit Karen to go there, right? Because Karen's indebted in there. So that would be like the number one thing, right? Is that basically the Earl could decide who he lets, who whether to validate your appointment or not. And yeah, like you're gonna have to, and basically whoever you appoint over there is going to have to basically serve as Sir Hugo's guy, even though you're technically it.
Yeah. So I need to find someone I trust.
Yeah.
Someone who's not a one-note wonder.
Yeah.
And can handle the variety that is no doubt going to crop up. Someone that, I mean, it does feel like Karen is.
You don't understand how important this is, yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, yeah, this is exactly what you would do for like, I mean, if you had this would also be, I mean, your son's too young.
Yeah, my son's not even a knight yet. Here,
basically, Karen could hold it to your son, and then I don't know.
That's right.
I don't know. There's a lot to discuss.
Fine. Here's what I'm thinking, because something this big a deal, it's expected. I have to throw a feast. I'm gonna throw a feast. I gotta throw a tournament. Gotta celebrate all of this.
Oh yeah.
And I'm going to kind of unofficially put the word out on the street. Knights love to gossip. Going to put it out there that this is kind of how I'm vetting people to choose to represent me. So like, fight well, perform well at the feast, and maybe this new baron will send you over.
That's an incredible honor. You're basically saying I get to be a baron if I win this tournament.
It's not official. This is
I know it's
nightly
not
gossip, but yes.
Okay.
I want people who are fucking hungry for this. I can't.
Yeah, you will get the hungriest. Okay. I just wanted to make sure that I understood you correctly.
Yeah.
Okay.
I'm also going to invite a Downy.
Okay. Wow. just as a showing off to your ex.
Yeah.
How good you're doing.
Yeah. Fuck that guy.
That's incredible. Yeah. Right. Oh, hey, sorry, I forgot you're still on my phone. Didn't mean to message you about this invite. You probably heard that. Yeah. Oh my God. That's actually really awesome. Okay.
Yeah.
Well, you got it.
And oh my God, my mind's on fucking fire. Jim, we have to talk about marrying our kids.
Yeah.
Right? Like, I think this barony is a great way for us to start bringing the families together.
Yeah, got you. That's awesome.
Hell yeah. Great. Well, that's stuff to do next year.
Yeah.
So let's do winter phase as you guys go back. But there is a Christmas event this year.
Right, because did we have an Easter feast and I just forgot?
We had one. Yeah, we had an Easter feast last session.
Why do I not
the
have
whole oaths of chivalrous romance?
Oh shit!
Yeah.
I just didn't mark down the glory from that.
We'll have to check the VOD.
Emo.
We'll check the VOD or something.
I remember it was only like 50.
Yeah. Okay. So this Christmas feast, a strange knight in green holding a holly branch over their head enters the court. On the side of his horse is an axe. And I think we know how the story goes. But
Yeah.
this is the Christmas feast of Sir Gawain decapitating the Green Knight and having a year.
Gawain's back.
Yep.
Fucking my absolute favorite Arthurian tale, Gawain and the Green Knight.
It's the year 530. I think there's that empty chair looming next to Arthur for a son, and helps spur Gawain to act as cousin.
Yeah.
So good stuff. Winter phase. Now I need to CGI you all being at the round table in the movie.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's all right there.
Watching him do it. Yeah.
Yeah, with the incredibly sickly Arthur and Guinevere.
Yeah.
Gawain.
God, that fucking movie was so good.
Yeah. It is. That was the first movie I saw since I said closing time, but Clementine, Contagion, what's it called? Whatever.
Yeah.
Since the pandemic. So coming back, that was absolutely worth it. Yeah, it's a good one to watch.
It is. I got to see the A24 one on their website where they had the intro of what the guy who voiced the Green Knight reading large excerpts from Tolkien's translation of it, which is not my favorite translation of it, but it's Tolkien. It's not bad.
Oh.
I have a whole thing about why it's not the best translation. Because one, it wasn't finished. Two, we don't know what it was for. Like, it was his personal translation. And with any translated work, it's best to know why? The translator's reason for doing it.
Right, because then you don't know if it's a transcription or if it's a transliteration. Like, you don't.
Yeah.
You know.
I suspect Tolkien was very enamored with the poeticism, like the poetic form that the Green Knight uses, because it is outdated for its time. Like, it's supposed to be a throwback, and so you get this weird kind of. I know.
I'm so glad though. I remember listening. I remember that fact about it being like, it's like a retro movie. It'd be like this. It's like the Lighthouse of its time. It's like it's filmed in like, you know what I mean? It's like it's recorded in an old. This is so passé for the 14th century to write like this.
Yep, exactly.
Yeah.
So the fact that I don't know exactly what Tolkien was like really interested in the translation makes me go, no, I like this other one that I'll look up what my favorite one is.
Rock and roll on the rolls. By the way, the stuff you conquering the baronies, you should get those checks for those 3 rolls. The reason why you don't have to do any combat or anything like that is simply because you all fucking just aced all of them, right? There's nothing. There's nothing even to mark.
God damn it!
Yeah, it's just like my religion went up.
Nice.
Usage. Ooh, I do have a check in honor. Look at that.
No.
Oh, God damn it.
Yeah.
You should hold on. Can you do me a favor? Can you also do your prudence? This is very prudent year this year.
Fuck
yeah. Never mind. Okay, get wrecked, dude. Sorry, Colin. I don't know what we were expecting. Let's be honest.
The fucking tragedy of rolling low in Pendragon is like I'll be passing all my checks and A, never improve them, and B, not beat anyone because they still roll higher than me. It's purgatory. It's fucking rolling purgatory.
I absolutely love the fucking skill checks advancement. As swingy as it is, I do enjoy it. And I think I would hate it if you did like 4 sessions a year. Because you're like, dude, I just spent, 2 months in real life time not doing anything. I just played 4 sessions. But I think the pace that we have of like every 2 sessions, 2.5 or whatever, like fine. Yeah,
it's pretty good. I also think by default, if you're doing more sessions per year, you end up with so many more checks.
You should get you
really giving them out for a lot of stuff.
Yeah, that's the other way though. Is that then you better be fucking loaded with checks by the end of every year. Like almost anything you test should be checked then at that point.
In my play-by post, that's usually what I do. It's just like if it's important enough to test for, that's probably a check.
Yeah, it's important enough to learn from. Yeah, the only thing. Yeah, we'll talk about it after we're done Winterface. Aging 7, you dodged, right?
I did.
9, you didn't dodge.
I got my appearance is down 1.
Oh, okay. That could be worse.
Gorthron is
no longer a heartthrob of Salisbury.
Yeah, he's not one of those people that gets better looking the older they get. Just gets.
You peaked.
Yeah, he peaked in his 20s.
Yeah,
classic.
And no more kids in the house. All of them are out.
Yeah.
Let's see, survival.
I was going to start rolling survival for some of my retinue that I've had around for a while, just to see.
I no longer have anyone I care survival rolls about. I've got my next PC in Archie. I roll for them. Even Yanto is a page now.
Wow.
All my everyone, like my extended family is mostly dead. This is the problem of not taking the Chalderton route of just pumping out kids.
Yeah, just kids.
I really think that's probably one of the reasons we kind of like want to marry into the Chaldertons. Is it's just like we're such slow breeders here. It might be good to shore up the numbers.
Oh my god.
Let's see here. I'm gonna roll for some of my retinue and see how they do.
There's never a question about whether there's a Chalderton kid.
No, there's always one of them around. Ooh, looks like I got one maybe.
I do want to know how my fake.
Yeah.
Oh, sorry.
No, you're rolling survival stuff for your horses, right?
I'm rolling for my other. I have some other retinue. Like I've got guardsmen around Guarder, who was Mason structure and now is guardsman.
Oh, okay. Sorry.
Just rolling for them because I've had them for a while.
All right, because I actually okay, good. I just want you to know when we get to the horse survival rolls, I actually have a scene in mind for you because I think I think that a lot of people are having a hard time, like not like a lot of people. I think in the game, I think a lot of your groomsmen and stuff are having a hard time with the elvish horses because they like don't care about it, but you have the power to like kind of command their respect for them.
Yeah.
And so like you like I don't know, I just it doesn't have to even be a role play scene. I just love the idea that like, you know, you can imagine these fucking knights who are like, you know, they just fought for you for a fucking barony, you know, and then like they're getting like bucked off this horse, right? And you're like, no, you're doing it wrong. Like these, you know, these are elvish horses, and like you can like walk them through the horseman stuff of it.
Yeah, it's all gentle.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And like no one like when it's I don't know, I love the Gorthrin like gentle giant kind of thing of being able to you can speak to these horses in that way that other people can't.
Use a bit on an elven horse.
Yeah,
you can't use. What are you gonna do? Cut their mouth up? Come on.
like
no spurs. You know.
Yeah, no, they have to learn you. Like yeah, no, I love exactly. That's exactly the kind of thing I had in my brain. I wanted to just canonize.
Yeah, Gordon's over there just like a simple rope, bridle, and reins. Yeah. That's all you need. Like, you know, just pressure from the legs. Come on.
Yeah, right.
This isn't a Rouncy. What are you doing?
Awesome. All right. Are we into economics?
Yeah, I am.
Yeah.
All right.
My the chef instantly almost that was that one, and then I rolled the 19 afterwards, so he's safe. But the chef that it got from Sarum almost got gotten.
Classic.
Oh, then I have a 2 as well. I didn't realize that. That's my Roman scribe. Oof.
Oh no.
Yeah, Arcadius, the clerk who Gorthrin's biographer, is dead.
Murdered? Roll a d20 to finally cause. No, sorry, it's a d6. Cause a death
D6.
male. Yeah, he's an adult. Roll a d6. 1 is illness. Yeah, so you have to roll. There's a 2/3 or a 33% chance that it's violent, and then there's a d20 for what kind of violent cause of death it is.
Nice.
So like yeah, like it's crazy. All right, so he was just died of consumption or something.
Yeah.
How old is Morgan? Because I've been just kind of ignoring him.
You have been.
I have.
Morgan promises that they are. I can tell you real quick. Morgan promises they're like 35. They're not 35.
They're absolutely not. So I don't. I'm gonna just put a question mark next to that.
Oh, sorry. No. Morgan is 55.
Yeah, he was 55. Okay, so 55. 25. So he was born in.
He's 55, but they look like they're 35.
Yeah, just that's fine. I'm gonna be straight up with Morgan. Be like, hey, had this happened with Gwern, is now when I should be hiring like an apprentice chronicler to start learning your trade?
But I wouldn't worry about it.
I'm gonna hire an apprentice chronicler.
I don't work well with other scribes.
That's fine. They're just gonna work around you.
That's fine. I had the same problem with Gorn and it turned out fine. Yeah. Awesome. Okay, yeah. All right. That works. But yeah. I just think one day you're gonna wake up and Morgan's just not gonna be there.
Yeah.
And then like 100 years later, there's some scribe. And when we're playing Wolves of God, there's a scribe named Morgan. Yep. What the fuck, dude? Oh yeah. Okay.
Oh yeah.
Okay,
and
cool.
For those who weren't paying attention to the chat roller, I did roll for big fucking shit heal.
Yeah.
Still the case. Still success. So.
Yes.
All right, we're at. I did not. Okay, that's
Save a
not
roll.
good.
No, we got to do economics.
Economics.
Yeah, but I didn't bring down. All right, I have to quickly copy over a bunch of stuff because apparently I didn't bring it down for Gunnits. So that's fine. I can just clear out the. Just clear out the values from it. Be okay.
Kinrin declines, doing well. How about
All right.
Moriad is this is
yeah.
the last year for Moriad to Tisbury.
Yeah.
So next year I'm gonna get a new Marshal Squire.
Yep. So for 5:30, there are dark clouds all over Logris. Nimue, and those who believe in more of the pagan faith call this the wild hunt. And that wintry storms blow hard and early. It has not affected your all's land this year. But there's a chance it could start affecting randomly throughout the coming periods.
Interesting. Very interesting.
All right. Justice events.
Yes.
Oh,
What
someone
was this
bent
for?
over a plow. Sorry, this would be for Gorthrin. Jill said.
Okay. Still sad.
All right.
Here we go.
An unconvincing farmer about the use of the village's plow.
Use of the benefit of another tradesman. All right. I got 12.
All right, can you beat a 12? Oh, they roll a 5. They pass.
Oh no. Gorthrin's like, what? What are we doing? He just got back from Ireland. What?
Oh man.
No. That's a fumble is like you gotta fate intervenes or something? Or is that the
no, I believe you
circumstances?
raise your hatred by 2 and then you roll your concern. Let me just double check the winter part.
That sounds right.
Sounds right. Yeah.
Because just fucking up, they don't hate you for.
Yeah.
Just they don't
Increase hatred by 2.
Okay. Yeah, I only had it's 2 now.
Yeah.
Because it was 0 for Till's head. Let's see. All right. Concerned peasants. Fail, but no fumble.
You're 2 hatred. I'm still up at 7.
I spent a lot buying it down. Like 4 years buying it down.
That's fair. I have done, in the classic De Winterborn Gunnet tradition, nothing.
When Morgan was messing around with this, I was feel like I'd have Till's head not up in arms over Gorthrin. All right. What are you doing over in Ireland, my lord?
Yeah.
Are you wasting your time? We got plow issues over here.
They even have plows in Ireland.
Have them over there? Yeah.
They need to get their own necromancer lord.
Yeah.
Put me at the Irish, my lord. I'll take care of them. There's only room for one necromancer lord. Yeah. Cool. Well, I mean, not cool about the just roll, but
Yeah, that's right.
all right. The concern means you still eke out with a 0.
Yeah. Okay.
All right. Second justice event. This one's for you, Colin.
Mm-hmm.
Flirtatious widow and a farmer about a brawl.
Okay.
All right, more
Someone
fights.
Flirted with someone's wife. Yeah. Eustace Chabot. Easy. GG easy.
Fail. So
Yeah, that's what I
you
thought.
reduce hatred by 1.
Okay. Hatred is now 6, which means I'm rolling my concern at an 11. Finally over a coin toss. GG easy.
Nice. Oh, I get a -1 from the fountain. Okay. So that means we're ready to do our stewardship rolls. Till said you're rolling at a 19, and Gunnet, you're rolling at an 8 against an 18.
Okay. All right.
All right, 2 successes, but very low.
All right.
I got my
Pendragon the steward.
Ooh, lose.
Mm-hmm. He's still learning not to micromanage.
Yeah.
Like he succeeded on the roll, but fuck that. It's just like it's too micromanaging, man.
It's too much. Yeah.
All right. I assume you want to live richly, though?
Oh yeah.
Nice.
This is gonna be a big hit to my finances this year, I know. With the tournament for next year and
Oh yeah.
all
Feast.
the gifting and shit that I'm gonna have to do.
Yeah, that should be 4, not... Whatever. Okay. Yep, so it's going to cost you 16 to live richly.
Okay.
But next year you should be getting a bunch of influx, right?
Yeah. And really that's only 10 with the loot I got from the battlefield.
Yeah.
So overall I'm spending 20 to have conspicuous spending as well.
Yeah. And then for Gorthrin, it's only going to cost you 12 to go from normal to rich as usual.
Mm-hmm.
We got spouse industry, improvement expenses, and like...
Yes, industry. Pass industry. Hey, here he gets the 2.
That's it.
Nice.
Okay, there we go. Industry is a pass from Alwina.
Nice. 1...
Working on that
5,
tapestry.
6. Cool. And then your conspicuous spending, you also earned 6 this year. 6 this year. I'm just gonna, you know what? If you don't mind, I'm actually gonna round up your 6 to a 10 for the miscellaneous income, because you probably should have earned some Librum from doing your raids and treasures before, while also becoming a Baron.
That's fair.
I'm just gonna give you, each of you got an extra 4.
Yep.
Cool. Any expenses besides conspicuous?
I guess I'll pay that the tournament. Do I pay the tournament stuff this year?
Pay next year.
Okay.
You're just announcing it right now. You're just building hype.
Just
Morgan, get on building the banners. Yeah.
Yeah.
I think I'm gonna give my retinue all of them a bonus.
Sure.
So I give them like an extra Libra.
Nice.
Extra 5 Libra spent this year.
Yeah. Can you actually do a test of generous for me?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. They're happy about it, and yeah, for sure. I think in terms of like loyalty and the way they see you, everyone thinks that you are a generous good lord. Especially those who you fight with. Maybe your peasants think you're an evil necromancer who kills people for fun. But to everyone else, in your peer group and stuff, you are genuinely like one of the nicest knights for a lot of, right? Like a lot. I mean, you're in with Guinevere. You're just kind of seen as sort of like, you're kind of like a Lancelot before Lancelot, right? You're kind of like, yeah.
Yeah, but the precursor. I'm happy to be to sponsor them. And
you've walked into many a conversation on whether or not you would beat up Lancelot in a fight.
Well, we might have to find out.
Yeah.
Probably not, because he's got insane weapon skills, I'm sure.
Before the passions, even.
Yeah, so you got to remember, like, a lot of, like, to most of the other knights, like, you guys are basically Marvel superheroes, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So it's very much like, nah, he could beat him, dude. He has a stronger right arm. You're like, nah, but he's are they on a horse or not? Like, is it raining?
Is it lances, sword? Yeah.
Right. No, I mean, I've been training him with the mace. I think he's got it, like there's a lot of this, like, these just like kind of backroom conversations. So it's kind of flattering.
Do you ever wonder if mayhap our Lord isn't a necromancer? I mean, he's well liked in court and such. Oh, that's how you know he's a necromancer. He's in source of a lot of them.
Yep.
Just imagine that's what they're talking about.
Kid. Yeah.
That's what you talk about when you're churning butter.
What else are you gonna do?
Or I mean, like, literally at the loom.
Mm-hmm.
Man, I was watching some shit about looms. That seems so relaxing. Imagine having, like, a bunch of people over and just, like, threading. I don't know. Like, it seems you know what I mean? And you're literally just shooting the shit with, like, your family and your neighbors as you're just threading, like, just this unstoppable amount of fucking sheep's wool. God. The washing of sheep's wool, forget about it. No, thank you. But the actual part where it's all, like, fluffy and you're actually threading it seems fun. Like the spooling part seems like that. I could get behind that. You just sit there, you just have a drum beat of your in your hand, and you're just like cranking at it while you're just having a good conversation. Seems fun.
Let somebody else card it, so you don't have to get all those sticker burrs out.
Yeah, exactly. Like, I don't want to do the prep part of that shit. But the absolutely, like, the fun looming thing seems to. I can do that forever.
It's relaxing.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
No wonder people have, like, songs and rhymes and shit, because that just seems like you literally are just going to be there for the next 8 hours,
Yeah.
This is the part of the time, this is the part of the day that we're doing this, right? We're looming.
What else are you gonna do all winter?
Yeah. God, I don't know. Yeah, I don't know. I got into watching a bunch of the random homestead shit on YouTube, and now, like, it's like, oh, do you want to watch about, like, doomsday preppers and, like, military shit? I'm like, no, just give me the looms, please. Just more looms. No, just give me the farming and the looms side. Don't give me like the gun urban survival. No, I'm good. just more stuff about that. Yeah, just give me the how do you paint a barn? Like, give me, Not how do I like I don't need to know how do I solo sweep a room. Like, what do I do with my feet? I don't need that. I need what will keep a roof on a barn for 30 years because I'm lazy.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah, you don't want to know what someone in a veteran's coffee t-shirt carries in their pockets every day.
Oh my, thank you. Yeah. I wish YouTube algorithm would learn that, but
yeah, thanks.
God. Anyways. All right. We are done the economies. We are in the stables.
Look. A fraught moment. So for the Western March, I'm definitely including horse aging as a thing.
Horse aging? Yeah.
Yeah. Because, I mean, the hope is that it's going to advance year by year.
Yeah.
And horses really are only good for like 7 years. They're not. They're more than that, but...
Yeah.
So which one died? Hold on.
Do you have nothing but coursers? No, you have chargers.
So it was, this is the son of Gorthrin's gift horse.
Mm.
Oh no!
Yeah. Wait, no, they didn't die. I still have a year left on them. Wait.
You still have a year on the lease? Like, what is...
Oh, on a 1, it's ruined or dies. I just don't have modifier, so it does die.
Oh.
Okay.
Rip.
Yep. So let's see which of the horses
Well, I mean, yeah, it's something about the magic of the horses makes them delicate.
Yeah.
The next
So
year.
let's see which of the horses is gonna produce the. Does that mean none of them?
Wow. No, that's crazy.
Not a good year for my stable.
No.
Oh shit! I was hoping to get like the King's Gift might have a kid. Nope.
Wow.
Oh, the King's Gift does have one kid, and I do have the son of Odysseus, my last war horse.
Are you living richly? You get a
yeah.
+1 to your stable rolls if you're living richly.
Oh, okay. So look at that. Son of Gorthrin's Gift is still alive.
That's why we live richly.
That's why we live, because it's like that and childbirth modifiers, and
It's mostly
a lot of yeah.
But at this point, it's the horses.
At this point, it's the horses for sure, because now they got to have like the negative modifier in order to go out, as long as you're living richly.
Yeah.
We're taking care of them. They get the oats, the good oats.
They get the good oats. They get better oats than the peasants.
Yep, absolutely. They need more.
Did you? Oh, that was a crazy takeaway from the Dawn of Everything. Is that we grew oats probably first for the hay, and then like the grain part was like selective after. But like we were growing stuff for our livestock way before we were growing it because like natural barley, if you can find it, is like impossible to get. Like it is like thorny and terrible and like like absolutely trash.
Absolutely trash. It's one of those things where it's like you think of like, oh, there's all these horses in the army. Well, they'll just eat grass on the way. No, that's shit. They're not going to eat grass and then carry a rider. Yeah. No, you got to bring all that with you. It's wagon loads of oats and barley.
Yeah, the actual wagon trains of like, I can't believe we get anything. Like, how did you get anybody to do anything? Like
anything anywhere.
Yeah. Like, how did you not how did Alexander just not eat through Persia? like how did you you have 30,000 dudes just walking around, like anywhere you stop, they're out of food. Like they're just out. Like you've eaten everything.
I mean, isn't that the point though? Didn't he eat his way through Persia? Like
I think, I mean,
I think one of the reasons he went along the river instead of
it's for fish. Like literally
carried all by barge.
Yeah. Well, not just logistically that, but like fishing, just food. Like what else are you gonna do? Like, how do you transport 30,000 dudes like in that kind of world? Like, like how are you not just eating everything all the time? Like you would be just anywhere there's food.
Mm-hmm. So you read Caesar's Gallic War, and most of the things that he talks more about sending like Numidian riders out for forage, food. He's got to disperse his soldiers in the winter, because he can't keep them all together. That's why the Gallic War lasts as long as it does, because it's like, every winter we have to split up, and that's when the Gauls take us apart piecemeal. Yep. And then the summer comes and we all get together and we do the same to them. And it's like, but you can't keep them together because what the hell are they going to eat?
Yeah.
There's no food around here.
Friggin' food. Yeah, exactly. I just don't understand how, I don't understand how there's ever a surplus of food after learning about food. It's like, I don't know how anyone does it, man.
Yeah.
Canning
for sure.
Canning food is, you learn, you're like, that is crazy. Dehydrating food, canning food. Yeah.
Yeah.
But even then, just the amount of effort that goes into it.
Just, what do the Mongols do? Put raw meat under their saddle and it just ages and they just chew on it. You're like,
I mean, if you culturally eat horses, you're just riding horses all the time and stealing horses from each other, it's like, okay, well, that's pretty nice. That's
pretty
good.
One of them dies, you just butcher it up.
Yeah. Apparently, horse is really good. I haven't yet to have it, but I would be interested.
I'm not sure I would be able to, but
I'm not sure. I couldn't have my first one be horse tartare, but
sure,
I could probably eat horse. I could try it.
Yeah,
no, it's weird.
I'm sure.
But especially if I was in Yakutsk or someone traditionally prepared, I'd be like, absolutely.
Yeah.
I'm not gonna go down to the street and buy it, but I would
street horse meat is
in Dublin's finest street horse food. No, thank you.
Dodgy street hot dogs. I cannot imagine street horse meat.
Yeah, right. But when in Rome, I would try it, right?
Sure.
I imagine it's great. I don't know about the fucking alcoholic horse milk though. That stuff is the fortified horse milk.
I have such a distinct trauma one time of drinking very spoiled milk by accident. So like the thought of like fermented
fermented mare's milk. Yeah. Like, listen, well, like the first
mixed
people
with blood.
That's what literally there was a Christian envoy from the Pope basically going to the Mongols to be like, hey, you're not like invading us again, right? Like we're friends. And also, would you convert? Is like they basically down the Silk Road, and they find
this Prester John guy.
Yeah, I was gonna say, point us there.
They actually like come across, they're like electing a new Khan, and so like when they get there, like everybody's fucking drunk out of their minds, and it's like, you have to drink this mare's milk, and they're like, we would rather die. It's like, no, we will just drink the mead, and please, just the mead. Everyone's like, you fucking fancy. Like they're all like, they just think the Pope is so weak, and because like they got robbed like 80 times by the time they got there, right? So they don't even have any gifts for him anymore. They're like, so you brought no gifts, you won't drink our mare's milk, and you want us to convert to Christianity? Okay. But they wrote it all down, being like, yeah, we basically like died in the fucking mountains like 8 times, and then we finally get here, we're totally robbed and everything, and then they want us to drink this stuff. We're like, I would rather die in a mountain. They're like, that's how bad to them it was. Yeah, if even they were writing about how we refused to drink it. That must have been pretty rough stuff. But kudos to them. I love it. Ugh. Anyways, sorry, we're getting sidetracked a lot.
A little bit. That's a little bit. Get sidetracked. That's a treat.
We finished horses, household member improvement.
Ooh. Yeah. So I actually roll. Okay, so Steward Pendragon does not improve. Nope. Life doesn't improve, and those are the only 2.
Yeah, same for me. All right.
Then training and practice.
All right. That's a good question.
Yeah. I think I was gonna short up. You know what I'm gonna do? I'm dumping all 5 into Orate.
Yeah. Ooh, that's not bad.
As a Baron, like I think I kind of gotta.
Mm-hmm. For sure.
And I'm definitely gonna cross the threshold this year.
Yeah, I crossed the threshold too, so that's well. I'm gonna raise just.
Does that make it 20?
Just?
Yeah.
No, it's 15 now.
Oh, okay.
I get almost 500 annual glory.
Yeah. This thing the other day, I was like, I can't wait to start my 3rd character, just because you reach a certain point where it's like, man, you're getting so much annual glory that
I'm so close to my next character having 2 immediate threshold crosses.
Yeah, right.
Like, and because you get 1,000 for being knighted, well, I guess that's gonna be 3 increases right off the bat.
Yeah.
At 21.
Yeah.
Fucking wild. I'm gonna use that crosshold thresh to shore my constitution back up to 20.
Yeah. Nice.
I think like all these good things kind of reinvigorate Acewin, and she's even more hardy. Fuck, I was not expecting her to become a Baron this year. It's wild.
That's very cool.
And like, I didn't really plan it either, just kind of one of those things that happens. And the fact that like we had just worked out that you didn't push ahead in the battle and just like just like okay, yeah, well, awesome.
I want to raise with my glory point. Hard not to raise con, but my appearance keeps dropping. I think I'm gonna raise appearance back up. Very cool.
So next year, Colin, do you want to pre-clear with Earl Rofus that the winner of this tournament could do this, or are you going to go after? Well, it depends if they win from Earl Rofus. Yeah, I don't know.
Yeah, like
if there's
it's not going to be a decision I make at the tournament. The tournament is going to kind of set the landscape. So regardless of what the Knights think, whoever wins is going to be the person. That's not the case. And Acewin's fine with them thinking that.
Yeah.
Truly, Acewin is going to use this to like create the pool of people that she's considering.
Got it. Okay. Have we calculated our glories?
Yeah, I'm at 1820.
Okay.
19,646.
Nice.
Damn.
19. 20,000. Dude, imagine inheriting 2,000 glory.
Yeah. I mean, I like when we first started playing, I was like, man, we're never gonna get right. Like we're like 10,000 is probably good, you know.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Well, it helps to live.
Helps to live. It absolutely helps.
It's not without trying, man. I tried to kill you all plenty of times. You know,
it's come close several times.
Yeah. Right.
Yeah. No, it's like that, and then you get to inherit. I guess being able to inherit like some of your parents' traits, I think, is what makes some of it worth it. But like just the living and be like, yeah, I was there, captured that king, fought in that battle, kept living.
Yeah.
What are you gonna do?
Kept living.
Yeah, remaining key, critical to glory acclamation.
Hell yeah! All right. 45. It's been several years since he's had a major woman.
Yeah. Then cool. Then I think I'm about ready to announce that that's the end of the Conquest period.
Yeah.
On episode 99.
Very cool.
So episode 100 is the start of, is it the romance period, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. The romance period is only a 10-year stint.
That's right. Conquest wasn't that long either, was it?
No, it's basically the next 4 periods are only 10 years long. Conquest period was 10 years. I guess they kind of all are in 10 years, to be honest with you. More or less.
Yeah.
Uther's 485 to 495, Anarchy 496 to 509, Waking 510 to 518, 519 to 530, 531, 539. Yeah. So it looks like the romance period is the shortest of them all. Okay. But not like unreasonably. Things to point out a lot will be heraldry being more important, clothing being more important. I think there's new armor.
Yeah. I think, are we getting full ass
plating?
Plate?
Yeah, plating's here.
So is it partial plate, like transition, or full harness?
Plating, sometimes added before now for extra protection for elbows and knees, has been extended to include legs and body. A fair amount of chainmail is still used, though, so this armor is called partial. Helmets are closed helm with slits.
I always like the transitionary armors, like coat of plates and brigadine.
Yeah, dude, I love. Me too, cool. Man. Me too. I love brigadine.
Have I ever mentioned my favorite armor of all time? The transitionary helmets from Alexander's time up to the Romans is
Tell us.
So you know the classic Corinthian helmet, right?
Yeah.
Apparently notoriously hot and stifling. So a bunch of soldiers would just tip it back when they weren't literally in fights. And that became like a cool thing, a stylish thing. There's a reason you can look at all these things and they always seem to have the helmet tipped back like that. It's just like, it's cool. It's slick. And eventually in the Roman area, because they stole all the Greek stuff. And one of the things they stole was how cool this tipped back helmet looks. They started making their helmets. So they were helmets you would actually wear, but they'd look like a Corinthian tipped back. And they'd have like a fake helmet face on the top of the helmet.
Oh my God.
Yeah. I always forget the name of it, but it's like a classic example of like, this is kind of dumb in a really cool way. It's exactly how people are going to look back on so many of our fashion choices. It's like we've been doing weird things because we think it looks cool forever.
Oh yeah.
It's special.
It's special.
Castles exist now, by the way. Formal castles.
I am going to build a fucking Irish castle, I think.
Yeah.
I mean, I think I'm pushing my luck if I try and upgrade Winterborn Gunna again.
There are 3 sizes of castles. Small castle, which costs 107. Medium castle. Defensive value of a small castle is 22. Defensive value of a medium castle is 36. Defensive value of a large castle is 42. Large castle costs 232 quid. A medium castle costs 132 quid, and a small castle costs 107.
Like breaking the bank, but also definitely in range.
Yeah.
Like that's set aside for like a couple of years, and at the level we're in.
Yeah. Like how long does it take to build them?
Then it doesn't say. It should just be for the rest of the game. You're doing nothing but building.
It's just
1 year, obviously.
Value in gear.
Yeah, it takes 1 year to build a castle.
Yeah,
right?
Obviously.
Yeah. Oh, it takes 1 year to build a castle. You just spend your money, and then you're just playing fucking Age of Empires 2, where you're like building a castle in front of someone's base. I spend $132 to build a castle in front of some guy's house. Yeah.
You love to see it.
Yep.
Oh man.
I think I might get one of those small ones on the Isle of Wight.
Yeah.
Just have it as a little hideaway.
There's also the IKEA build your own collection, where you can buy a gatehouse, a round keep, a palace. Spelled with the umlauts and stuff over it.
Mm-hmm.
I'll list. You can find it in the Pendragon campaign, but I'll also make a list of it for y'all.
Yeah.
But there's some stuff coming for the Romance period.
Cool.
But also in general, I think you can expect more tournaments and stuff in the Romance period. This is also the beginning of the time of like more jousts against you all, and this is definitely getting more of the Lancelot stuff, right?
Yeah.
I'm excited though. This is like some. This for me. This is some of the best parts for like this. This is the part of King Arthur that I think everyone knows besides like the Grail period. You know what I mean?
Right. Yeah.
This is the what you see on the tin. Like I can't imagine if somebody was like, I want to play King Arthur, and then they like started in fucking King Uther. You know what I mean? Like such a bait and switch. I'd be like, I want to play D&D, and then like you actually have to play D&D, or like you're expecting it to be this one. You're expecting this one thing, and it's like, cool, I died to a rat. It's like,
So like, what Worlds Without Number is going to be in 2 hours?
Yeah. No, but that's what I'm expected. Like, there's a big expectations versus reality juxtaposition between, like, especially like Uther when we're playing is very like mights make right. This is all like dark and evil. I think like 6th edition starting in like the Boy King is like, no, that makes sense. That's where you should start. The Uther and Anarchy period is very much like this should probably what you should do in your second playthrough, unless you had a talk with people about what to expect.
Yeah,
going
like really
into
sets the stage. Yeah. But if you're just gonna you don't know how long you're gonna play. This is like a typical RPG campaign where maybe you'll get 6 or 7 sessions out of it.
Yeah.
You know, like if you're before it peters out. Like,
yeah.
Yeah.
And
Start
with the tournament period of Arthur getting. It's like start there and like get through some of the battles and London and all that kind of stuff. Don't.
I think
then go back and you're sleeping on a table in Earl Rufus or Earl Roderick's table.
So I am always someone who likes to play with things like genre and form as much as content, and I think it could be a lot of fun if you start play in romance, and then you play right up to the Civil War.
Yeah,
and then you go back to Uther and play your family up to
that point.
Romance. Mm-hmm. Kind of like what they're trying to do with
the Star Wars.
Like what they're trying to do with Game of Thrones, but good.
Yeah, I gotcha. Yeah. No, I love that. Is there a good Arthur TV show?
There was Merlin for a while that some people liked, I guess. I never saw any of it, but
okay.
I can't think of any.
But spicy Gallivant.
Incredible.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. Yeah. I love Gallivant. That's not spicy at all. Or if it is, that's perfectly the right amount of spice in my.
Like if someone's like, "Oh, what's some good Arthuriana?" I'm gonna go Gallivant.
Yeah. Well, it's I mean, for you, for bending genres and criticisms and musicals, and it makes perfect sense. Yeah,
but I also think like some like parts of Arthuriana definitely aren't as serious as we take them to be.
Yeah, they are.
And
like
Gallivant is a good example of like, yeah, it's not serious, but it's like it's saying something, and that's Arthuriana.
Yeah, exactly. I do love that. I don't know. Did I ever tell you about my dream TV show of Arthuriana? It would be Peter Capaldi playing Merlin, like it's the thick of it. And he's just like, it's like imagine just a bunch of just fucking himbos at Camelot, and he's trying to keep everything together. He's like, Lancelot did fucking what? And he's just like going around Camelot and like trying to put out fires, just insulting people the whole time. Yeah, that's all I want. That's what I want. Actually,
him and Morgan Le Fay and the rest of the night, like they must hate each other so much. They must spit each other's throats all the time. It's just the two wizards. Like, can you believe
these people are just like, I'm going. Put me entomb me in ice, please. I cannot do this anymore. Like, please.
I cannot. Can you?
I made a huge mistake.
Bring destiny about.
Yeah. Exactly. I think there's a huge amount if you just treat everybody at this time as himbos and you just and making terrible mistakes and just PR disaster after PR disaster, and you're trying to salvage every situation as Merlin. That's what I would do.
Incredible.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Like Veep or something. Yeah. So. Anyways. Yeah. Anyone to do some like recapping of the Conquest period? Anything? Calling out anything we're excited for, anything we thought was interesting. I know it's been a while.
A lot. Would it be all right if we kind of recap next session?
Yeah.
I want to go back through my notes, and also I have prep to do for a game.
Oh, that's fine. Yeah, hey, no problem. Sorry to put you on a spot. No, I'm cool with that. Works for me.
Yeah.
All right then.
I don't mind.
Cool. Then we'll recap a little bit at the start of episode 100 and come back in. So, thanks, y'all.
Sounds good.
Yeah, good stuff. All right then. We're out of here. Take care. Bye.
All right. See you.